Previously on Survivor. After an explosive tribal between JS and Miranda,
I learned that JS sucks dick at tribal council.
Mike and the returners felt confident they had the majority with Miranda and Jack.
After last night, I'm just like, I want his ass gone.
So much so that Faith began putting future swap plans into play.
I made it to the final three with 3 people I worked with from the beginning of our season, and I want to do that again.
However, Miranda and JS had faked the fight and were planning on blindsiding Faith.
No matter how much it looks like JS and I are at each other's throats, we're really not. It's all planned.
Meanwhile, on Sababa, a girls' alliance was beginning to be formed.
You feel okay with both Morgan and Michaela?
Yeah.
And Katie and Tony made up and shared information.
I would go all the way to Final Tribal Council with Katie.
During the challenge, Jess alerted Doug to a game changer. And after Sababa won a 3rd time in a row, it was revealed to all of Sababa it was a legacy advantage for Final 6.
You can't even see me, all you see is the X.
As Majesta faced yet another tribal council, the returners felt confident.
So it's not any of us, I honestly don't care.
But what if it is?
I mean, they're not going to vote you out.
But a stray phone call with Sam caused unnecessary drama.
I was thinking more on the lines of JS.
And possible betrayals.
No, you're not getting votes.
voting you.
I'm not voting you.
Ultimately, McQuad and Sam stayed strong and blindsided Faith, Mike, and Eggroll in a 5-3 vote.
Oh, that's my vote too!
16 remain, who will be voted out tonight.
I'm sorry, I did not think I was going to do this until like 2 hours ago. When you guys, I thought I was working with you three, but when we heard the phone call from Sam, I just knew something was up, and I went to her and talked to her, and she told me that everyone was voting for me, and then I met with those people and made sure, and they all told me that Faith was one telling them to vote out me. And so that's why the vote ended up tonight.
Dude,
and I don't know why you voted for me. I don't know why you guys voted for me, game.
I'll tell you
but
why.
I don't know why you voted for me.
I'll tell you why.
Because we had that past
I'm gonna
relationship.
tell you why.
I really don't get it.
I was so frustrated. We had this whole plan set up, and now literally it's all gone. We lost the game changers. First of all, I lost my closest alliance member. Yeah, it feels literally just like my last season.
Fine.
I had to do whatever Faith wanted me to do. If I crossed Faith at any point, she would get the girls to vote for me.
Yeah.
Tony would vote for me. I would be done.
Yeah.
That's why I did what.
And that's why I picked her over you when I was running around to
I appreciate
those people.
That.
Because
But-
some people did mention your name specifically. Well, maybe we should get rid of Mike if they're all playing us. I really appreciated that you saying that because I thought you were against me.
I'm not. No,
And I'm so glad you're not.
I told-
Same with you.
dude, I told
because
Tony,
I tell everyone that I wanted to work with Mike the whole
Yeah.
game, and that you're his close friend, and I can still work
I'm not.
with you.
No,
and
yeah.
everything.
No,
Let's not hide it. It's
No,
true.
dude, well,
you have
we-
to work with someone in this game.
I duped you, I got you, you voted me, I got you. No one writes down the name JS unless if it's in the final 3 and I'm being crowned the queen. As soon as Tribal Council ended, I ran over to Mike and Eggroll, and it was time for some damage control. When you screw people in this game, you want them to think that you didn't screw them in this game. In fact, you were helping them. So that's kind of just what I explained to Mike and Eggroll. I hope there's no hard feelings, and I do want to next challenge we're gonna fucking win.
Yeah, we're gonna win.
And we're not gonna lose any more people because we honestly just voted out someone who's good at challenges.
I think that
But
we might have
and there
just...
might be a tribe swap. Who knows?
Yeah,
I don't think you two have anything to worry about.
I expect the return
I really
to
don't.
be
Well, I mean, where would we go next? Next
Yeah.
one if we lose.
Next vote.
I still want Miranda out next.
I mean, it's gonna be me. Unless it's me or Miranda, then.
Or Sam.
What the fuck? Holy shit. No one saw it coming. I mean, I guess JS saw it coming. I mean, I guess everyone saw it coming except for me, Mike, and Faith. That's what Blindside is.
I'll give you guys a hug.
Yeah, bro.
Alright.
Definitely see you next challenge.
I didn't do anything!
Dude,
I
you
did
saved your
something.
ass, dude. You saved your own ass.
you
That's
did it.
more
I
than
know! Well, you should have done that.
I find it very hard to believe that JS, within the 2 hours that we were all talking together, he talked to every single person in the tribe and convinced them to first of all switch off him and then switch to Faith. That seems like a lot of talking to do in 2 hours and to get 5 people to agree to it. For some reason, Miranda and Jack voted against their own best interest, and the only way I can see that happening is if Jack and Miranda is already working with JS and Tony. Obviously, my view of the tribe was wrong, So I think that's something that I need to reevaluate moving forward.
Oh my god, dude, we're so fucked.
Yeah, so finding yourself in a minority is always a situation you don't want to be in. I think I've lost enough dignity to do whatever I need to do.
If we lose this challenge, it's gonna be me or you.
Yeah, it's gonna be me or you.
I think they're just trying to take off returners.
Yeah, like honestly, it looks like newbies versus returners.
I never thought that we would be in this situation.
Yeah, I thought we'd be better off.
I cannot believe that Jack and Miranda voted for Faith. Like, as of right now, we're literally like the only two that we can trust. You know, like the cool thing about relationships is you can build new ones and constantly change them and make some stronger, some weaker. But like, I gotta just trust JS and that when he says that this was like a vote for a one-time thing.
If Anders, if you like us, obviously you're not gonna put this in because they're telling you to tribe swap and look hella sketchy, but tribe swap us.
Please, yo.
I feel kind of bad for voting out Faith. I don't like hurting people. I'm sorry, Faith, for lying to you about working with you. We can be friends outside of the game, inside of the game. No.
Yeah, so Faith came to the desk like an hour ago, and she was like, "Hey, Tony," and I was like, "Oh God." I was like, "You're the."
Wait, they all believe me that like the phone call was the reason why I ran around and flipped everyone.
Well, they're stupid.
They're so dumb.
They're so dumb then. If that.
I know.
I don't think we use the tribe swap this week.
Exactly, same.
You don't think so?
No.
What happens if we lose again?
Then we use it.
Then we get rid of Mike and then we use it.
Okay.
Or
yeah,
maybe
okay,
I roll. Maybe I
like
roll.
Next challenge, I don't see a need to play the tribe swap. I don't see a need to stir things up. McQuad has a good base right now and working with Sam. And I don't think there's a need to just stir the pot even more after just getting Faith out.
I don't trust Eggroll like at all.
The
fact
that
they don't know
But I
we're
wanna-
working together. They're
so
dumb. Yeah. They're so dumb.
It's really fun to play Survivor Maryland. It's really fun to get my hands bloody. It's really fun to get my hands dirty. It's really fun to lie and manipulate and to backstab people. But it's probably smarter to lay down and die a little bit. You know, cut out some of my antics a little bit. That's so boring, and I'm probably not gonna do that.
So we're inter-tribe talking. Team Orange, Team Magesta. I don't even know what
Over
your team
stir
name
fry.
is. It's not Orange versus Magesta. All of the returnees are very, very, very tightly working together.
Really?
Yes, they talk every day. They share every single piece of information.
I have been talking with Eric Winnick, one of the dumbest players in the game, and I've planted seeds into his head that the returners are all working together, which may or may not be 100% true.
I don't like that.
For the past week or so, I've been very strongly aligning with JS for Magesta. He started the whole thing on that side about returners versus new players. He told me that it's my job to do that for Sababa, which is exactly what I need to do now.
I feel like the returnees could gang up on me easily. Get out a physically strong player, and then boom, they're so good.
I think I've kind of converted him. So if Orange does lose next, I think he can get together with the newbies and pull a fast one on one of their returnees, aka doing my dirty work, because I think the returnees are going to be more likely to target me, because I'm this big, bright, flashy target of the newbies, and I'd be one of the first to go.
So I met with my alliance, which was, you know, Mike, Faith, and Eggroll.
Yeah.
And, you know, they
Hey,
called.
you went with all the returners.
Well, I wanted to like align with them because they know how to play.
Yeah.
So Faith was like, yo, let's just like find out where Sam's voting.
Yeah.
And I don't know why she did it. It doesn't make sense to me. But she called Sam and Sam was like, oh, I'm gonna vote out JS tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like flipping the shit. Like, why would Sam say my name? And that's when I like ran over to like all the people that I felt like, okay, who's telling you this? And they all said, well, Faith is telling me this, Faith is telling me this. So then I was like, it doesn't make sense to do that, you know. And I told them that I was in alliance with her, and they're like, oh, I'm in alliance with her. And then everyone was kind of like, wait, that's so sketchy.
It's like a lot
So that's what
going on.
freaking happened. It was nuts.
Yeah. I know JS is working with Miranda, Jack, and Tony because they have a quad going on. Tony had told me previously, okay, you're just full of shit. He's just lying to everybody. And he's just like spewing out lies to make you feel closer to him because he's giving you the inside scoop. But it's not really the inside scoop.
JS is the most fakest person I've ever met. This boy thinks he's playing me so fucking hard. The moment I get on a tribe with him, I'm gonna come for his ass before he gets me. And I'm gonna be like, bitch, you thought you know how this game works? I'm gonna show you how returners do it. I'm gonna show you how the original season 4 does it.
At the challenge, I found this legacy advantage. I'm sure you'll see it in professional.
Which everyone on our tribe knows.
Yeah,
is
so
by now.
I thought it would be like the usual, like, your team gets an advantage, but no.
I think the legacy advantage is honestly it just hurts you. If nobody knew about it, no problem. Just pretend it didn't happen, like no one will ever know, and you can just whip it out final 6. But the fact that everyone knows about it it's only bad. Right now, I'm literally coming up for next to go home. So like, to even think about me being in the final 6 is like already so far-fetched that like, it just isn't really on my mind.
It's definitely brings a target on your back, but definitely can be used to your advantage. And I think for me, it'd be good to give it to Jess because it would prove that like I do trust her I trust her with it rather than someone that I don't like want to have it, I guess.
We know that like some form of a target exists on your back, and with as a show of reciprocating trust, that I'll try to keep that target off your back.
We decided he was gonna give it to me, and in exchange, I'm gonna try to keep his name out. I think Doug and I get along really well, so I like him a lot as a friend. I promise I'd try to keep his name out, and I'm gonna stand by that.
Are you gonna officially accept?
I officially accept this.
Yes.
I feel like if people vote me out because I have this, I'm gonna give it to someone that I don't like.
So are we gonna like tell people this, or should you
No,
not want to?
I'm not
Okay.
So I gave her really quickly to get the blood off my hands because I literally was like bathing in it. So like I still am showering, it's still like on me, but like it's a little off. And she said, I don't want anyone to know about it though. So like everyone still thinks I have it and I don't, which is like it sucks because like now I don't actually have any advantages. So I'm gonna try to like tell everyone that I don't have it anymore and just like get Jess out. She has an advantage, but not get her out. I don't really care.
Do you have alliances with returnees on our team?
Not really.
Okay. Like, have you met up with like Katie or Doug?
No, not recently.
Over time, I've definitely realized that it's definitely turning into returners versus new players. Who's a weak player that will trust me as a strong player to bring them farther in the game? Andrew.
The returnees are all ganging up on the newbies.
Mhm.
And like what they're trying to do is have only returnees left in the game, which I don't like.
These returning players are already in alliance with the other returning players to vote out the newbies. I don't feel like that's how the game should be played. It kind of annoys me. Maybe I'm just a salty newbie that knows he might get voted out, but I'm gonna try to prevent that. This isn't a game for scared people. This is a game for people who want to be ambitious and put themselves out there. So.
And I got this from JS. Faith tried to get all the returnees to vote for him. Right. But like he reversed it and got out a return. We shouldn't do that. I see myself as a really strong player. I see myself going to merge. And I think that can be the case with some of our newbies too. And I want the game to be fair for all of us. Sure, we need all 5 to get our return. Right. I don't want to make an alliance with the newbies just to counteract this.
If we lose, it's not the worst thing in the world because even though if we lose, there's no guarantee that I'll be safe, it is an opportunity to get rid of a returner that will help me down the line.
If we don't act on it now, they're going to screw us because of tribes fucking merge.
I honestly don't know how to feel about Winnick. Winnick, to me, does not seem like the most strategic. He's trying to be strategic, but he does not seem like the most strategic threat to me. He's honestly not that smart. He doesn't like see big picture. He like is very short-sighted.
What we need to do is get Michaela, Fish, and Jess, so that we can decide what returning we're going to go for.
Winnick, I think, really trusts me. She probably shouldn't.
Another fun development.
Yeah.
So Winnick, we meet up last night, and he's like, "Yo, I've been talking to JS from the other tribe, and he's like, yo, all 8 returners are like working together.
And Tony, what the
I
hell?
know, Tony.
Do you think Tony said that to JS, and maybe JS says that with Winnick?
I'm not particularly worried about going home, but I'm much more worried about Katie going home. Katie going home really, really hurts me. We definitely want to get a returner out because we want to make sure that we have the advantage over them still. But Katie's super, super valuable to me right now. She's a fly on the wall in the returnees group, so I really, really need that side of things. And I think I'm still valuable to Katie right now. I'm a fly on the wall with like the newbies, and I'm like telling her basically everything.
I've never seen Winnick so fired up in my entire life.
Really?
Winnick was like passionately like they need to go. It's like an unfair advantage. Like they're all 8 working together, and I was like, yeah, there's only 6 of them.
Yeah,
but they're all 6 working together, and like.
And so I was like, what the fuck? Because I didn't even know the newbies were plotting against us. Like I thought that was just something going on Majesta. So I was like, damn. So JS has been feeding shit into Eric's like ears, and Eric's just picking up on it like crazy.
So Winnick's plan is to get the 5 of us, hopefully together tomorrow night or something.
Oh, okay.
To decide which returner we want gone.
This is our first meetup. It's crazy.
All 4 of us.
Yeah.
Back in the first week when we voted out Sabrina, but me, Morgan, and Katie met up and we were kind of like, okay, like, yeah, we might be voting for a girl now, but like this is kind of like where it stops. Like, and I would really like to think that within that group of 4, I like can trust all of it. I feel safe with it if we have to go to tribal the next vote because of those 4.
Also, there's already 3 girls gone. Like, not on our tribe, but just in general.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, true.
Because Faith, Sherry, and Sabrina.
I didn't even think about the other tribe. Duh.
And I feel like there's also a lot of guys that are like very bro-y, so they can easily just be like all the guys get together kind of thing.
I think some of the guys on our tribe could bond together over just the fact of being guys and like kind of like bro things. So I think it's like definitely good to like keep that in mind. But like overall, I think it's definitely a good alliance to be in. Given that there is 4, like right now, like we would only need to pull 1 person in and we could take a vote.
So, Doug gave me his game changer.
He did.
Because he wanted the.
He just gave it to you? No, like.
No, it was like. He was like, you help me find it, and I'm telling you guys because I don't know, I trust you guys.
Yeah.
And what we like decided was like, at least if we like go to tribal this week, I'll like stick my neck out for him. So
just because
but in that sense, I think that we could get him to vote with us. That was where that was all leading to.
I wanted to say we should maybe consider working with Andrew because I think he's like the least bro-y out of them 5.
Yeah.
So I just feel like he already feels like he might be on the bottom with those guys. So I feel like he might like be quick. So like if we don't trust Doug, like we have 6.
Yeah.
The returning players alliance, that's not very smart long term just because we're like literally pitting ourselves against the newbies. So I like the girls alliance because it kind of at least creates the shield for Katie and myself. I do like that it's like 2 new players and 2 returning players. I'm just testing out the waters and trying to give myself as much of backup options as possible because this returner thing isn't going to work for long. Hopefully Jeff and Caleb would prefer Doug and Dylan out over myself and Katie.
All right, please welcome the new Majesta tribe.
Oh, is this why?
Yes, this is why.
So dramatic.
Faith voted out the last tribal council. Move over. JS, last time you made quite the statement with the balloon.
I have another balloon. I'm joking. Listen, that prophecy is going to happen tonight.
Before we start, Sababa, can I have the... Thank you, Dylan.
Yes.
All right, community backup for grab. Tonight's challenge is a one-on-one food eating challenge.
Oh my god.
You will sit down, have a plate of delicious food in front of you. The first person to eat all the food and show me an open mouth with no food in it, show me their tongue, wins that point. So it is best of 7, which means you need to win 4 rounds to win this challenge and get immunity. So Sababa, who are you sitting out?
Andrew and Morgan.
Wow, Morgan's already popping up. All right, Andrew Morgan sitting out. So, Sababa, please seat your first member. Don't touch. All right. It's a spider on that.
So I saw Katie walk behind the chair, so I was like, okay, Katie would have found something, so then I decided to look the other direction where she didn't look.
Like, Jack's like trying to slowly walk backwards and she starts squatting and I see it. I'm like, she's trying to be discreet about it. I just like walk past her and pick it up.
All right.
Good one.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna be discreet if it means like not getting the game changer.
Eggroll steps behind me, grabs something from the socket, and puts it in his pocket. Oh!
First round is going to be delicious saga worms.
Oh, that's
What?
Worms?
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's candy, Mike. Candy.
Oh, first one to show me an open mouth with no food in it. Like that, Dylan.
Oh, I have to eat it first?
Survivor's ready.
It's like
Go!
It's caramelized. Come on, Mike. Mike, you got it.
Come on, Dylan.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Mike, come on,
Come on, Mike. Mike, you got it. Mike, come on, Mike. You got it. Mike, you fucking got it.
Come on, Mike.
Mike, open your mouth.
Mike, you got it. Mike, you got it. Swallow.
Oh my god. Mike getting the first point for Majesta. Tony versus Fish.
Got this.
Come on, Fish.
Jess, what are you doing here? Almost. Dang.
Oh, that's so much of something.
All right. Can you two reveal it? So, we got some nice grasshoppers.
Wait, those are actually good.
Survivor's ready.
Come on, Tony.
Go.
Eat it, fish. Eat it real fast.
Bend the plate. Put it in your mouth. Bend the plate. Bend the plate. Put it in your mouth.
You got it, Fish.
Got this.
Come on, Tony.
Come on, Tony, you got it. Slow it down.
Come on, Tony. Come on, Tony. He's in there.
Tony, we don't want to go try
Come on, Tony.
Don't even shoot, man. Just follow it. Tony, you have to do that. Lick the plate. Lick it. Come on, Tony. You got it, Fish. Come on, Tony. Open up, Tony. Open up, Tony. Open. Come on, Tony.
Follow. Come on, Tony. Come on.
Good.
Yeah, Tony. Fuck you. Good job,
It's currently 2 Majesta, 0 Sababa. Eggroll versus Doug. Alright, please reveal it.
Come on, dog.
What the fuck?
Oh, only one cockroach?
So, this is a giant water bug. Survivor's ready.
Yeah. Come on, Doug.
Go.
You got this. You got it.
Come on. You got it, Come on, Eggroll, you got it.
Come on, Eggroll.
Eggroll, you got this.
Open your mouth.
Eggroll, do it for Majesta.
Swallow it.
Eggroll got it. Holy shit.
Let's go, Jack.
Don't think about it too much, Jack. You got it. Take us home. Take us home. It's not
Let's
even
go, Jack.
10:30. Let's go home.
Alright. The current score is 3 Majesta, 0 Sababa. If Jack wins this,
We're coming back though.
he wins the challenge for Majesta. Majesta finally doesn't go to Tribal Council. Alright, please reveal.
What was that?
Those are easy. Holy shit.
Oh, these are silkworm people.
Oh, I got it.
Jack.
You just gotta chug it.
Survivor's ready. Go.
Hell yeah, Jess!
Oh my God!
Yeah, Jack.
Hell yeah! You got it, Jack.
Hell yeah. She has a lot.
You're already ahead of her.
You're ahead of her, Jack. You're ahead of her.
Yeah, Jess.
She's dying inside. You got it.
Jess, she's about to
Yeah.
bomb. She feels it coming up. She's gonna bomb. Not on the carpet.
Try to make some spit.
Oh my God. You got it, Jack. You're
She
winning.
still hasn't swallowed. You got time.
Both girls struggling.
You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. You're gonna lose.
Oh my God!
You got. Wait, open it. Open. You got.
Oh shit.
Alright. Majesta wins immunity. Majesta, it's been a long time coming. Who would like to take it? Majesta. They get an idol coup, and they are not going to Tribal Council.
That's right.
Unfortunately, Sababa, you guys will be going to Tribal Council. One of you will be the 5th person voted out of this game. Have a good day. Hopefully you can get the taste of bug out of your mouth.
Majesta had to have been like so desperate by that point to win. Nothing was beneath them. When you get killed like 3 times in a row, desperation starts to sink in. Majesta either sounds like an STD or the name of a cheap stripper. It really does. And that's what they really are, cheap strippers.
Guys, you know what? We got a tribal.
Oh, yeah, it feels so nice.
Oh my gosh. We won! Oh my gosh, we won! Oh, it felt so good! Worth eating all those bugs. Every time I'd watch the real eating challenge on Survivor, my parents would be like, you wouldn't be able to do that. You're such a wimp. Take that, Mom and Dad. I did the eating challenge. I won it for the team.
I think it's because we wanted it. Like, we really wanted it.
Yeah.
I think it actually also played to our strengths being like
Yeah,
basically.
that's what but Jack won, Tony won. I don't know if I could have won.
Man, see, the eating challenge is something I hold dear to my heart because it's the one thing I can say that I've always been successful at. Like from a little child, like I think like one of my catchphrases, because you know I'm a cool person so I have catchphrases, 不吃白不吃. That literally means there's no reason not to eat it.
Yo! We fucking did it! We saved our fucking game, yo!
Found the fucking
we found the fucking mutiny game changer. We don't have to fucking stay in this tribe anymore. Literally, once we play that, us and all the returners are gonna run to one tribe and just fucking cruise. Get all these fucking newbie bitches out.
Apparently the game changer that I found is called a mutiny, which you get to like just raise your hand and go to other tribes. We want to get the fuck off this tribe. It's so sketchy.
Dude, this was the day we fucking needed.
Yeah.
Like finally things started turning around for the little sad dogs that are just getting kicked around our tribe.
Yeah, we're getting.
Finally.
So congratulations, you just found the game changer. This is a mutiny. Before a challenge starts, you may use this game changer and open up the opportunity for any players to do so. So for 10 seconds, players from either tribe can elect to switch over to the other tribe. There are no consequences to mutinying from your tribe, but you only have 10 seconds to do so.
So we lost. We got completely swept 4-0. They just got rid of Faith. Or nothing's stopping my tribe from getting rid of me. So I'm real nervous about that.
Yeah. Good job. That's you too.
Yeah, you did such a good job, JS. You're such a big contributor.
Losing sucks because I know I'm a hot topic, but it's nice knowing that there's time to work everything out and that I know that I'm on the block, so it's like, at least if I go home, it won't really be like a blindside.
Yeah, so I'm not going to play this unless we swap, obviously, because I want all of you on my tribe.
Oh, we lost, but they just gave us our opportunity to repeat what Majesta did and what JS did, so I was ready to go as soon as we lost to get out of the returner.
Who was the one to go after? That's what I'm more worried about. Like, the problem is we have to get Doug and Andrew. Like, we're gonna have to fuck it over someone.
So it has to be Dylan, Fish, or Winnick.
Dylan, Fish, or Winnick.
Winnick. It has to be one of those three.
As long as Doug's down with it, that's an easy 5.
Yeah, that's true.
And then like once we have 5, it'll be easier to convince like Andrew, if that makes sense. Like because
Yeah.
we already have like a majority.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Now that we lost, I have no idea who I want to get out, as long as it isn't myself, Katie, Doug, or Dylan, because I don't want to start the whole let's get the returning players out thing. So really, any of the new people is fine by me.
Kind of also with the faith thing, like going off of that, then like them taking a threat, us taking a threat.
Yeah.
It might be easier to convince.
To take Dylan.
Cause like Dylan is a threat. I think Dylan's more of a threat than Doug. Dylan and Eric, I think, are both like physical threats.
If I had to get rid of anyone, I would say it's probably Dylan or Eric, just because those are the 2 people that I don't feel the closest to. I don't feel at this point that I can work with them or that I even want to work with them.
Between Dylan and Eric, we have two strong males, and either of them. If we lose one, we still have the other. So it's
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Things that we don't
I just
have.
got a text from Fish.
Same.
Oh,
Literally just now.
Anyone else?
Yep.
I got you free before
11 a.m. tomorrow.
You too?
Wow, I didn't get one. Damn.
You wanted me before?
Oh wait, he just messaged me too. Are you free before 11 a.m. tomorrow?
Should we all meet up?
So knowing that Dylan and Winnick are out there, like I am okay with the idea of Winnick just because I know Winnick's been talking to JS. You know, I don't really care for Winnick. I didn't even perceive him as a threat, but I guess like I don't mind. And Dylan, like I definitely don't want him gone this early because I think that he trusts me a lot.
Fuck them. Like if we had numbers on
Yeah.
the a girls alliance or
Mhm.
something, I would absolutely go with that over
Yeah.
like this newbie alliance because I don't know if I trust Winnick's shady ass. I don't know if I trust Fish's shady ass. Like, you know what I mean?
The 4 girls felt good about themselves, and Jess thought she could pull in Doug, and Katie thought she could pull in me. I feel pretty good about this whole girls alliance, honestly. Like I feel like I'm more in with them than I am with the big macho dudes. Like, I don't really fit in with like the whole Winnick, Dylan, like Doug crowd that well. Like, they don't see me as like a value at all. Whereas I feel like the girls are a lot more like willing to see me as like a strategic player. So if that six happened, I feel really good about that.
Like
But you
us
said
four
Winnick.
decided it had to be Fish, Winnick, or Dylan
Okay.
because we said we didn't want you or Doug out because we
So-
need to like get you guys in.
What would be beautiful is if all the newbies go for Dylan,
Mm.
and all the girls go for Dylan, all the girls plus Doug
Mm.
and you and me go for Dylan. That's literally everyone against Dylan,
Oh, yeah.
right? Who's left
Yeah,
out of
that'd be
that?
unanimous.
Yeah, but yeah, that seems to make all parties happy.
Yeah, that's
It's a
true.
returner who's not a girl who's not Doug.
Yeah.
There's no reason to draw like tribal lines if we don't need to. Right?
Yeah. For now, I have the inside scoop because like Andrew's telling me these things because he considers me his closest, according to Tony. The newbies want us out. Dylan, like I definitely don't want him gone this early because I think that he trusts me a lot.
So it was me, Katie, Michaela, and Jess. The main thing was that Jess told us about you giving her that thing.
Okay.
She said she wanted to work with you.
Really?
Yeah, because she was like, oh, like, I think Doug really trusts me.
Yeah, did my name come up at all?
They said that you and Winnick were the strongest.
Yeah, I'm not worried about like majority wise because it sounds like, I mean, if people are willing to vote Winnick, I'm 100% willing to vote Winnick. So I'm just nervous it's going to be like a 5-4. That's what I don't want.
No, yeah, same. It is returning versus newbie game. It just is the way it is.
And then Andrew was like, okay, well, I have stuff to tell you too. He said, Winnick hit him up yesterday and he said, hey, like JS hit me up and he said like all 8 returners are working together and basically like
There's 6 of us.
yeah, but like, he was like, oh, all 8 returners are working together and he's like, I'd rather just like make everyone happy and vote Dylan out because then Dylan is like the one person that the girls also want out and like the new people would be down to because he's a returner. The only thing is we don't know where Jess and Michaela stand because I don't know if they're closer to this girls' alliance or if they're closer to
I
that.
think they'd want to stay with the girls staying in.
Yeah. Like the power is in Michaela and Jess's hands and I don't know like what they're gonna end up doing, you know? But then I don't know if they would want you out either. So
I'm
then
gonna,
it's
I'm
like,
gonna
well,
do my best tomorrow to make sure they don't want me out.
Yeah.
I think our best chance with them is pushing for Winnick.
If Winnick is what's gonna keep me safe this week,
Yeah.
then that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like that's
not what I want to hear, but like let's just make the push for Winnick. Like 1, he knows I have an idol. 2, he's a challenge threat. 3, he's oblivious. I've been in the position before where it's me or somebody else. It's not just my name, it's my name and Winnick's name. Perfect, let's get rid of Winnick. The only thing that's making me feel a little bit less nervous is the fact that I have an idol. And if I need to, I can use it.
Okay.
And I prefer not to blindside Andrew this early just because
I agree. I don't want anything.
Because he also told me about if he didn't say anything that Eric said anything, we wouldn't know about that going against us.
Makes me nervous that he's one roommates with Tony.
Yeah.
I think it's a big deal.
For sure.
I feel like
He's
Jess,
smart.
unless
Strategist.
Jess has met with them, like and sees that as like a long-term plan,
Yeah.
like another trio that I know that made Final 3 that had a roommate situation going on.
What are you talking about?
So are we all still good with going for a return?
Yeah.
Which basically means none of us are voting each other out. Basically what we have to do at this point is get everybody to a consensus so that we don't have to worry about this anymore and we can just go about our Thursday, go to tribal, vote, and move on. I don't really care as long as us 5 reach consensus. I think we can, if us 4 go to Jess with whoever we're going for, she'll hop on because as long as she votes with us, she'll be safe, and that's a pretty strong motivator.
I trust that all of us want to vote out a returner because we all know we're screwed later if we don't bring their numbers down. Yes, I am definitely the newbie leading the charge. That might come back to bite me later if one of the returners somehow gets a new player against me and says Winnick was the leader of this, get him out of here. I don't see that happening, but it could.
Like with Jess, she, like when I talked to her, she seemed more to lean towards Dylan because of that whole like paper, the game changer thing.
Yeah, I think the scariest person is Katie. Like she knows how to play the game really well. She obviously won.
I say Doug.
Strength-wise, like physical strength,
Honestly,
like
Doug.
Dylan. Do you see Doug and Katie as equally sociable?
I think.
I mean, in the same ballpark.
I personally think Doug is more strategic.
Really?
Katie and Doug are very good players because, first of all, they know how to play the game. Second of all, they make you feel so comfortable around them, and I feel like I could share anything with them, but I feel like I have to be wary of that. If our team at Tribal votes a new player out, then it will be 4-4, 4 new players and 4 returners. in order to keep the majority in the new players, we are going to have to draw a line tonight.
Idols,
that
could fuck us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Someone has it. Someone has it. I don't have it.
I personally think it's Doug.
I wish I had it. I really do.
Doug found 3 when he played.
I think honestly, it might be Dylan though.
It doesn't matter. Whatever we do, because we'll have 5 votes on that person.
Yeah.
So whatever we do, we're done.
If they are playing,
and then there's only one. There's one name.
All they need is one vote. Right?
Yeah. Who can the 5 of us vote for with the least chance of getting fucked by an idol?
I know that Dylan has the idol, so I can't suggest that we vote Dylan. If I tell the new players that Dylan has the idol, he's gonna find out that I told them. We have the idol, only us 2 know about it. But if we keep it just to us, we can just protect each other while other people get voted off and continue playing. So I have to find some way for people to not vote Dylan.
So is it between Katie and Dylan by now?
Yeah.
Because Morgan is not a threat and Doug is going to play.
I think eliminate Doug in case he plays Idol. Hopefully he plays Idol. We don't
I'm
vote
leaning
out.
towards Katie.
I'm leaning towards Katie.
Fish and I are down with voting Katie. The thing with Katie is if you leave her in the game now, it's going to be harder to get her out later.
I don't trust Dylan for a second. And he's a physical threat at that same point. Katie doesn't scare me.
There's no fucking way Katie's gonna win again. There's
what the fuck?
There's no way. There's no
I agree
way.
with that.
Once we get to merge, there's no way Katie's gonna win.
I don't know. I just feel like Dylan's more of a threat.
Eric and Fish wanting to vote out Katie. And so obviously that was concerning because I don't want Katie to go home at this point. I want one of the guys to go home. Dylan's a bigger threat socially, physically. And so Dylan kind of just seems like the best option at this point.
Out of here. I could see Dylan winning the game. I could never see a situation where Katie wins. You know, we had Fish and Winnick who wanted to get rid of Katie, and we had me and Michaela who wanted to get rid of Dylan. So we were basically deadlocked 2-2.
I gotta branch out. I gotta kind of separate myself from the other returners. Gotta integrate myself with all the new people if I want to have a shot at making it through this week.
Like my main thing is I'm reaching out. Like I can't be relying on the returners. Like they're all smart players. They're all threats. Do I really want to be working with them down the road? Because they can easily knock me off. So they're all really cool, really nice people. But threats and people I don't necessarily trust moving on.
And so like I'm going to this meeting with Michaela thinking like, okay, I like Michaela, I want to work with her. One issue is she wants me out, and she said she wants me out. Like, so if you heard my name, she's like, no, I haven't heard your name at all. I'm like, okay, well, you're straight up lying in my face now, but that's fine. Like, you can lie in my face. Like, I will see right through that, but you can lie.
I think you're a really cool guy, and I'd love to work with you. Like, I think
absolutely.
you're definitely someone I want on my side. Definitely.
No,
hopefully, I'm someone you want on your side. So.
I feel the same way. I mean,
And so after talking to him, I felt like I got a really good vibe, and like he, expressed that he trusted me and that he wanted to work with me. And so like that made me feel comfortable, which also made me feel bad about wanting him out and like so hardly pushing for him to be out in the beginning. So I am glad that we got to talk, and I'm glad that I kind of have that relationship with him now.
I like people that are kind of thinking ahead, people that are proactive and like, okay, like heard my name, gonna go talk. So I think it's really good. I could definitely see us working together.
Cool.
After that conversation, I leave, I text Katie, I'm like, okay, Michaela's like completely lying in my face, like we can't trust the things she's saying. Text Katie, I say this, I said, Michaela also said she wants to meet with me and Fish tomorrow. Like, what? You're gonna lie to me and then try to be my ally? Like, so I send that to Katie, waiting for her to respond. She doesn't respond. I'm like, I go and check, I'm like, oh, how long ago was it? I didn't send it to Katie. I sent it to Michaela. I literally said, I like called Michaela a liar, and I'm like, you're lying in my face, you're gonna be my ally, like talking about Michaela, to Michaela. How am I getting out of this? Who could I have meant to send that to? How about Doug? I'm gonna say I meant to send that to Doug because now I'm pissed at Doug because he lied to me about Michaela. I don't know about what he lied to me, but like I have to say that Doug lied to me about Michaela, and I'm pissed at him because I'm talking about Michaela. Like there's such like circular like bullshittery coming through my brain right now. Like there's nothing that makes sense.
I got a text message that was a little concerning, and so as I was reading that, I was very concerned because like obviously as soon as I talked to him, now he's sending information that we just discussed to someone else. Like at that point, I was ready to just like cut my ties and like continue calling his name out and just like kind of like whatever. He said that Doug was kind of like, I guess, telling Dylan that his name was out there, which like technically was true. And like now after talking to Dylan and like confirming all of this, I'm like so down to work with him, and I really don't want him to go home at this point. Dylan is literally the worst kid this time around. I thought he was a smart, logical kid. He literally comes to me calling me freaking out, and he's like, shit. He's like, Katie, I meant to text you after I met Michaela. And also, he's literally only looking out for himself. He was like, he put this meme of like Homer Simpson like going into the bushes, and he was like, oh, me as my name gets off the chopping block. And I was just like, are you fucking serious? Because now Doug's name is on the chopping block and he's part of our group.
Dylan is stupid. So he has to go and throw me under the bus and says, oh, I was talking to him and we were fighting and I thought he was lying to me and stuff. So now people think I'm sketchy for that. I don't know. Why can you guys not get it together?
I don't know. I think like for me, Eric, Winnick, and Fish, I've just like talked to the least. I like know the least about them.
I definitely think Winnick is kind of up there. On the same vein as Winnick, I'd like maybe also consider Dylan.
Yeah, I can see that too. I just like the thing is when you know your name's on the block, there's not much I can do besides steer people away from me, you know? Kind of deal, and I want to do what's best for like us going forward. Dylan I haven't heard said me, but I still would be fine. Like if that builds like my trust with you guys, I'd still do that too.
I feel good about Jess. I think she's someone I can trust for now. I'm hoping. If she screws me over, I'm done, so. Her and Katie are the two that it's like, I would be toast without.
I guess I would lean towards Eric or Dylan.
Right now, I'm kind of stuck between voting for Eric and voting for Dylan.
Even if we do vote out Winnick, it's still a 4 newbie, 4 returner game. I feel like voting out Dylan, it does become that dynamic with like kind of like hard lines drawn more. Whereas if we vote out Winnick, I don't feel that as much.
So what do you want to do?
I don't know what I want. I don't even know what I want to do personally. That's
Perfect.
the other issue.
That's fucking awesome.
That's
That
the
helps
other issue
so
that I'm
much.
having.
At this point, most people are fine with either Winnick or Dylan, and I would still love for it to be Dylan. But if Winnick can't be reasonable and can't, you know, get off of this Katie on bandwagon, he's got to go. He's got to go tonight. If Winnick can be reasonable, it's gonna be Dylan, or Doug. I want Dylan. If I had to vote right now, that's who I'd vote for.
But I've talked to Dylan twice now, and I definitely have a better read on Dylan. I definitely think he is someone, especially now he knows his name is out there. He's like literally willing to work with anyone.
Okay, so you don't want to vote Dylan?
Not anymore. Doug, I really trusted in the beginning, and like right after we lost, I really trusted him. But now I'm not sure. Jess wants Dylan, but Jess told me that she's probably just gonna flip a coin, so that doesn't really help.
Which one who?
I guess Dylan and Doug.
I don't think she wants Doug.
I assumed it was
think
those
it's
two.
no. I think it's Winnick and Dylan.
Do you think she would go against the 5?
Yes.
Well, then who's she gonna go with? Who's the other numbers?
Katie, Morgan, Doug, Dylan. Do you trust Winnick?
No.
No, me neither.
Nope.
I
trust Winnick until midnight tonight.
I don't trust Winnick.
Until Tribal's done.
I think Winnick's value is a number for tonight. The only reason I would keep Winnick around is because he's a newbie. The worst case scenario to me is to have 4 newbies versus 4 returners and just have a deadlock.
Well, yeah, because especially if you think Jess could go that way,
Yeah,
then we'd be at the bottom.
we'd be fucked. We're at the bottom. That's the only reason I want to keep Winnick.
Everyone is throwing out the same 4 names. It's Dylan, Doug, Eric Winnick, or Katie, but no one's making a conclusion. No one's coming to a even like more probable person. Eric's name has been brought up a lot, and I think that's honestly more so what I'd want to happen is Eric Winnick go home tonight. But at the same time, I'm weary about abandoning the newbie alliance.
We got to make a choice here quickly so that we all just have a name that we're going with just to ease the stress.
So we have 3 names, right?
We have 3 names.
We have Doug, Dylan, and Katie.
We have a huge opportunity here, and we need to use it on a big threat. Let's start with Doug.
Potential, he is the idol.
Yes.
We've all been talking about a lot.
He knows how to go far. He went to the top 3, and he's really trying to get back. Bill, physical threat, could have idol.
Physical threat, could have
also have
idol.
He's a good leader. So let's move on to Katie.
Yeah.
Katie I think she's a huge social threat. I think she's more of a savage than we give her credit for because she won the game. You have to do some crazy shit to win this game, right?
Yeah.
So Katie's gonna do that, and that's coming.
She's a huge social threat, but for me personally, and this could be a personal thing, if I had to pick one of the 3 to go to merge, it would be her, just simply because I think
because she won, anyone would be able to rally against her.
Oh, all the
Damn.
Like, I feel like at this point I have to go with the majority and just have to go with the numbers. I'm just going to do my best to keep Katie out of it so that the girls can stay together and I at least have one concrete alliance.
Let me make an argument for getting out Doug. I think we should have the majority of our votes on Doug. Doug is going to get more dangerous faster than Dylan will.
Agreed.
And the more time you give Doug, he's going to get so much more dangerous very fast. Dylan, the only difference between me and Dylan is he's a returning player. Like, we're both, I don't know, I'm not trying to like size myself, but saying like, you know, we're both strong guys. What if we want Doug out tonight, right? I think we all want Doug. Okay.
Is that your top choice? Everyone top choice? Doug?
Like, if we could all push a button right here and like send home Doug sad right now, you do it.
Eject.
Over.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
I spent my whole day being like, am I gonna vote for Winnick or am I gonna vote for Dylan? And then I get to this meeting, they're all like, we're gonna vote Doug. And I mean, I think at least Michaela and Andrew knew that I wasn't gonna vote Doug. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do.
Yeah, you know, my newbies, we're a real tight squad here. We send them home sad real good.
We finally reached a consensus!
Newbies on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Newbies!
My head is just spinning with all of this, and I might just show up to Tribal and see what happens. I've tried to do everything I can to get people to vote a returner. If they don't see the logic in my argument, then they're probably going to go home soon anyway, so if I go, I go, but I try to do everything I do to save these new players, and if they're messing around with other alliances, then they're going to lose.
I'll just say, movie time!
Oh yeah!
We going to that movie? Oh, that's kind of face.
I'm sorry. You're okay.
How to go from Dylan to Doug?
That's a good question.
I don't know who made that switch.
I was so hung up on like between.
Winnick told me he wanted Doug because
So
like
is Winnick running this?
Did you talk to Doug yet or no? About, like,
I talked to
pulling
Doug
him in for
early
this
in the day, and Doug was just like, "Yeah, I'll move for anyone."
Yeah, Doug.
Doug's also like, Doug and Dylan are both in the same boat. I think they know their names are out there, and they just kind of want to pull whoever can pull.
And the thing is, like, I think it would also be easy because if Dylan already agreed to say Winnick, and like, have you guys been able to talk to Doug at all? Like, was he okay with Winnick or no?
When I talked to him earlier in the day, he was.
Okay.
Like, kind of felt that Morgan and Katie were like trying to steer it towards Eric rather than Dylan, which do we think that's like an indicator of like some kind of return or alliance on our tribe?
It always seemed to me that it was always Dylan or Doug for like the top two, and Winnick was always the third.
Okay.
But I feel like it might be hard for us to pull Winnick at this point.
I think the only chance would be Doug.
Should I do?
Actually,
you gonna pick it up? Pick it up.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? He made it sound like everyone's voting for Doug, but he's been like really weird all day. Well, it was just really random because I mean, like, Winnick told me everyone's gonna vote Doug, but literally, like, I thought it was between, like, I thought Dylan was like on the table for a while. It's just very weird. I'm just very confused.
No, he is, but like we don't know like if he has the item. So we're gonna be going to and
So basically, you're keeping Dylan in the game because you think he has an idol.
no,
I'm so confused. Fish, you've confused me, but we're voting, everyone's voting Doug is the gist of this. Sorry, I'm like trying to drive and like deal with all this at the same time. I don't.
She was like, so I'm voting for Doug or Dylan? And Fish made a comment that was like, oh, you could vote for Dylan, sure. And she got like so thrown off and confused. So I feel like at that, and like he just like shouldn't have said that.
Let me find some place to park and then I'll hit you back. I'm just confused. I need to like mull over this for like 30 seconds. That makes no sense whatsoever. So if you think Dylan has the idol, why wouldn't you vote Dylan out?
See, I think the easy solution would be to vote Winnick, because if we're worried that Doug or Dylan has it, then make them freaking flush the idol and then just vote Winnick, and then they would look stupid if they did have the idol and played it wrong. I really want him gone. I don't trust JS for shit, so I think the fact that he's feeding things into Eric makes me really nervous. And 2 is greater than 1, so I really want Winnick gone so that JS doesn't have anyone to freaking feed into here, because I think other people are pretty smart here on our tribe.
Like, what Winnick said to me, which like I've like been thinking about a lot more recently, is that like
Doug is not only like can be strategic, but like is a really strong social player, and the longer he stays in the game, the more of a threat he becomes.
I don't think Winnick said that. I think someone said that to Winnick.
Oh my god, it's not supposed to be this hectic. I know.
I'm really nervous about going home. I have an idol. There's a chance I might play it tonight. If I'm pretty sure my name's the one that's going to be coming up, I'm going to have to use it. Which is really, really shitty.
Yeah, I'm definitely worried about going home. I know it's an option. Like, my name is constantly being brought up. Honestly, it's like roulette, and like everyone's a target, so like every hour the wheel spins, so good luck.
Yeah, I'm worried about going home tonight. I'm definitely worried about going home. I hope I can trust these new players. It's really my only option at this point. If I can trust them, then I can see myself going far. But if I can't, then they could easily blindside me, and this could be my last professional.
All right, so welcome, Sababa, to your second tribal council. So, Winnick, you guys lost the first challenge, won 3 in a row, and are back here now.
Yeah.
What happened? You guys were on such a streak.
Well, there was another challenge. It was the eating challenge. It was a fun ride with that win streak. I kind of feel like the eating challenge wasn't really a skill thing. I still strongly believe that Sababa is straight up better than Majesta at challenges, so I'm not too worried going forward.
So, Katie, last time you guys came to tribal, it was a unanimous vote for Sabrina. What's it been like this time?
I don't think it's been unanimous because I can say I haven't had a conversation with every single person on this tribe like I did the first vote. I don't know, I just get the vibe that it's going to be pretty chaotic.
Does everyone else share that sort of feeling of chaos? So Jess, what makes this vote more chaotic than the first one?
I think last time we just like had a more clear direction of where we were going. Oh.
I think it's fair. I think we don't have a Sabrina anymore.
Yeah, and I feel like we've at least had the past few weeks to like get a lot closer, and so it's like harder to hone in on one person. I don't think there is a clear weakest link. I think it's a better move to go for someone who's a stronger player.
So, Michaela, what's your criteria for this vote?
I think it just comes down to who you trust at the end of the day and who you want to see yourself working with, like from here on out. I think overall with all the conversations, the issue has been like not one name's like stuck. It's kind of been a lot of different names thrown. A lot of different names are like people's priority, and like it's coming down to the fact that like who you personally want to work with. So I think after this tribal, I will know who I can trust, more so than like what I know now.
So, Fish, you know, there are 5 newbies, 4 attorneys. Does that hold any significance in this game? Is it a returnee versus newbie game?
I think in half of this game it is, and that half meaning Majesta. They have pretty much clearly drew a line between returners and newbies, and that's a line that I'm really happy not to see on our team. I have heard rumors, don't know if they're true or not, that the returning players have been talking a lot, and I'd be naive to think that they weren't, just because they've experienced the game before, they may want to work together. And I see like that as a group just because that's logical.
I can see the logic in that, but I mean, like, I think as you could tell from Majesta, it's kind of stupid to think that way, that like you can only stick with returners, like that you would just group like that, because clearly there's less returners in the game even when we started, and I think that it's really stupid to like pigeonhole yourself that way, and like that's probably why Faith got out, because she only wanted to work with returners.
So Winnick, if the person you think is going home tonight goes home, how will your tribe move forward? How will it affect the tribe?
I legitimately don't know who's going home tonight. It's going to be somewhat of a surprise to me no matter what. I mean, we're going to see what the outcome is. You know, I don't know who's going out. I don't know how exactly it's going to affect us going forward. But when you have a tough tribal like this, I feel like you just got to move on and just focus your attention on winning the next challenge. You can't let it rock the boat too much, and you just got to keep going and try to win.
It is time to vote.
Well, I'm trusting my gut, which has gotten me this far through one vote, Sabrina. So my heart is pounding. There's a great chance it's midnight. Let's hope this works in my favor.
Okay, so this is either gonna go really good or really bad.
Oh my goodness, what a shit show. I thought this was gonna be easy because I thought everyone was down for fucking Winnick.
All right. I really hope this works because I'm fucked otherwise.
At this point, I don't even know whose name I'm writing down. Any of the options, I don't want to go home. I'm sorry, Doug.
Doug, you're a really strong player. You know how to talk to people. You know how to manipulate people. But I don't respect what you did in your season. I don't think it's right. And I respect the integrity of the game too much to let you do that again. So, sorry, buddy. I'm going to have to vote you here. Winnick take all. Hopefully.
Oh no! Should I be nervous? I'm not sure. Okay. Doug, Dylan, or Eric could go home tonight. I just want the shit to be over. Okay. Andy!
Alright, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright. Once the votes have been read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. First vote. Winnick. Second vote. Doug. 1 vote Winnick, 1 vote Doug, 7 votes left. Third vote. Doug. Fourth vote. Doug. That is 3 votes Doug, 1 vote Winnick, 5 votes left. Fifth vote. Eric. Sixth vote. Eric. That is 3 votes Winnick, 3 votes Doug, 3 votes left. Seventh vote. Eric. Fifth person voted out of Survivor. Winner takes all. Winnick. Excuse me. That is 5. That is enough for tonight. Winnick. Tribe has spoken. Here we go. It wasn't unanimous, and it wasn't just returners versus newbies. I guess it'll be interesting to see how the dynamics shake up. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Ooh, sweet.
What the fuck? That's how this is going down, isn't it?
We need Jess and Andrew back on our side. The game has definitely changed to returners versus newbies.
This is the majority of Majestic.
And then that really can honestly change the game. I love this game.
Literally since the first day, I was just like, oh, I want to work with Eggroll.
We need to. Yeah. Us or everyone needs to come to our side.
Tell Eggroll we'll save him if he's willing to give me the immunity.
Got voted out. My fault. Don't blame him for ganging up on me. Picked off a newbie in the end, just like I thought they were trying to do. I really enjoyed playing this game. Made some good friends, or at least thought I did. This game's kind of a metaphor for life, you know? You think you can trust someone, you meet new people, and then they end up backstabbing you. Sometimes you don't even know who it is, but you just gotta keep going, doing your thing, stay strong. Now I guess I'll just find something new to do.